Hello, everybody. Welcome again. What's up, Fight fans? Welcome to another edition of Web Boxing 101. This is podcast number 11 on this Thursday, April 11th. And like always, we are coming to you by way of the installation of Warriors Edge Boxing Gym and Promotion. Again, like I've always said, it's a podcast, first of its kind, and we're live streaming inside a boxing gym. How cool is that? It's as raw as it gets, transmitting while kids are working out. And we do, like always, have a packed house here at the Warriors Edge Boxing Facility. And folks, you know what, guys? We've been growing a big fan base, and we are happy about that. Don't forget to please comment on our live chat, and from there we can establish dialogue on whatever it is on your mind. YouTube it right now. Get on there. Comment. Visit us on www.warriorsedgeboxing.com. Like us on Facebook. Share us on social media. Also, if you've missed any of our past podcast, if you missed anything of our podcast, you can always go back on YouTube, Web Boxing 101, and listen to past podcasts. Share, like, comment. And we're gonna do something new today. Something new. We're gonna have a chat question. That's what we're gonna do from now on. We're gonna do a live chat. It's called Chatting with the Folks of Boxing, right? Every podcast we're going to do this, and we're going to give you a question, and you can chat on your live remote there and tell us what's on your mind, tell us what you think about it. And today's question for the duration of the podcast is the following: Is pay-per-view TV killing boxing? That's going to be the question for the show, okay? So we're going to create dialogue with you guys. That's what we want to hear. Is pay-per-view TV killing boxing? And I'll look at my live chat, and we'll discuss, right? We'll discuss what you guys think. But that was our question. Is pay-per-view TV killing boxing? And we've all heard that, you know what, it's outrageous prices that are going on in boxing, in pay-per-view land. And it's been crazy, paying $90, $95 to see 4 fights. Yeah, the main card is awesome, but then the undercards are kind of a washout. So we're not getting that live. We're not getting the entire card. And now that live streaming has begun, the Zone is one of them. Even ESPN3 is one of them. That's kind of been our savior, but still there's pay-per-view. So my question to you guys out there listening to this remote is pay-per-view TV killing boxing? So that's what I want to hear tonight, guys. And I will share your comments on live chat as well. So, guys, we got a big show for you guys. You know, we have our co-host tonight is none other but the true champion. And I'm going to tell you, man, you know, you look at this little girl's record, right? You look at her past record, and you figure that she's already a grown woman, an adult with so many stuff under her belt. This little girl, let me tell you, man, this firecracker, this champion, and I think national champion, true champion, the true champion of El Paso. She just has so many accolades, and we're going to talk about them. But just to announce her right now, this national champion is going to be with us today, Kayla Gomez. Hi, Kayla.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
You got it, man. So she's going to be on our show. We'll be asking her questions. So we're ready for that. But again, I want you to discuss. You're with us right now. So as I go, feel free to comment, to talk to us, and then we'll get to the questions, and we'll find out who you are. And I hope you told your friends that you're going to be on this podcast, right?
Yes.
Good. And speaking of this podcast, it's El Paso's first boxing podcast of the of ever here in El Paso. So we'll discuss what's going on in our mind in boxing. We'll discuss upcoming events, and we wanted to discuss the chat question of the night: is pay-per-view TV killing boxing? And before we go, we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's show, and it's Premier Uniforms and Tactical Gear, big sponsors that we have, and then also Healthy Start Meal Preparation for all your meal preps for all your athletes. This is Healthy Start Meal Preparation. So those are our two big sponsors for tonight. All right, so let's get right into the swing of things. Ready to go. 2 weeks ago in Reno, Nevada, the Eastern Qualifier was going on, and we had some local talent fighters compete and represent the respected gyms in the city of El Paso. Tonight on the show, like I said, we have the champion, Kayla Gomez, that's going to talk to us about how she did over there, what she's been doing, and what's the future of Kayla Gomez. Because at the end of the day, right, us as a society, our boxing society, our goal is to support Kayla Gomez. All right? That's what we want. We want to support Kayla Gomez on her travels, on everything. That's we want to highlight her, and I want to get started on this week's big fight card. But before we do that and discuss with her, let's talk about the upcoming weekend that we have for boxing. It's a great boxing weekend. We have local amateur fights here in El Paso. That's going to take place this Saturday at the El Paso County Sheriff's Office Region 8 Training Academy. We're going to have a local amateur show. Thanks to the LBC for throwing that event and the Sheriff's Office for hosting that event. And we want to bridge those two entities together. The Sheriff's Office supports our local youth and talent and our boxers. So we're going to have a show this weekend. But then also we have a big pro card this week. So that's going to be awesome as well. After a slow weekend, we had a slow weekend last week. All hell's going to break loose starting Friday and Saturday. That's right. It's going to start tomorrow by the name of Vasily Lomachenko. Lomachenko is going to go against Anthony Crolla on ESPN+. And then we got Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer on Showtime. Jaime Munguia, the true middleweight, he's a big middleweight, versus Dennis Hogan on DAZN. And Caleb Truax against Peter Quillen on FS1. From this point on, there are big fights every weekend. Until at least June, I'm thinking. At least June. So we got lots to talk about. Excited to come up with this big boxing weekend. We got local boxing here. And then we got Kayla Gomez. Man, can it get any better than this? And then we're even transmitting here from a boxing gym. Is that awesome, folks? I think it's awesome, right? Awesome, man. So let me go to my live chat real quick just to say some early birds that are here with us. Esteban Lozano saying straight out of El Paso, Texas. We got Miklo Arnold saying, Kayla, proud of her. Big heart sends out to you. And she says, you want to say anything to Miklo?
Thank you.
Yeah. Miklo's your friend?
My boyfriend.
Your boyfriend. Well, say a big hello to him.
Hi.
Don't be shy. I know you're not shy up in the ring, man. So that's what I'm talking about. The live chat. We'll go out there. So let's talk about the boxing weekend, folks, coming up, and it's going to be awesome to see what is going on. So Lomachenko tomorrow on ESPN3. He just mentioned that he wants Mikey Garcia 100%. Right? He wants Mikey Garcia. WBA, WBO lightweight world champion Lomachenko will defend his world titles against Anthony Crolla Friday at nearby Staples Centers. At the Staples Center in California, on a potential fight with WBC lightweight champ Mikey Garcia, who was recently defeated by Errol Spence. In an ambitious move to heavier division, Loma stated, I still want the fight. Mikey Garcia will have to come down. 100% Lomachenko said, but it's up to Mikey. Can he cut the weight? I don't know. But if he can make 135, he still wants to fight him. I think it'll be an interesting fight. And that's the fight we've all want to see. Lomachenko versus Mikey Garcia. Guys, lightning speed Lomachenko. This guy is only 12-1. You know who Lomachenko is, Kayla?
Yeah, he's amazing.
What do you mean he's amazing? What can you elaborate on that?
His angles, his speed, his power. He's taking over that division.
Wow, folks, let me tell you something, man. Did you just hear what just Kayla said? Angles. Man, you're talking boxing, you know. Hey, you want to say a shout out to your coach?
Shout out to Raul Prieto.
Good coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's taught you a lot, right?
Yes, I've trained with him for 6 years.
Wow. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Very stand-up guy. We really respect him. But talking about angles and all that, and you say he's going to take over that division. You really think he's going to take over all that division? Can he beat Mikey Garcia if he fights him?
I think so. I think if he uses his speed against him. And Mikey's a power puncher, but if he can take it, I think he could do it.
He's a power puncher at 135, right?
Yes.
At his weight. Mm-hmm. Wow, man. Did you see the Errol Spence fight?
Yes.
What did you think?
I mean, he's the truth, and so am I. That's what they call me. So I was going for Errol Spence.
Oh, they call you the truth?
Yeah.
That is so cool, man. Right? So here's this Lomachenko, 12-1. He really doesn't have that many fights, right? He has a lot of amateur. So do you think amateur is real important to go into the pro level?
It gives you experience, a lot of experience. You get experience from losses and wins, and that, it helps when you're in the pro.
It helps you, yeah. So Lomachenko is ready for him. So he's fighting an unknown, right? He's fighting Anthony Crolla. Wait a minute. Who is Anthony Crolla? Man, I've never heard of this guy, right? So it's going to be a tuna fight. All respect to Crolla. Crolla is his coach. His coach is Freddie Roach.
Really?
He went to the Freddie Roach range. Yeah. This is a former lightweight world title holder. His nickname is $1 Million. Right? But that's only because it rhymes. There is nothing flashy about Crolla. He's a down-to-earth type of guy. And he spends his free time watching Manchester football. What else do they do over there? They watch football. Manchester United. He's a big soccer fan, right? Crolla is a down-to-earth guy. He really doesn't have that much... if you see this guy, and I've kind of studied him too, he doesn't have that anger. Does ganas like a Mexican fighter does, right? Crolla seems to be too polite, humble, and friendly to be a professional fighter. If you see this guy and you'll talk to him, you've seen him in interviews, he's just like a regular fighter. Like a regular dude, right? On Friday, he will face the world best, right? And he's going to unify that lightweight world title. The Englishman has not gotten his opportunity by being nice in the ring. And let's give him credit. He once held 2 belts. Lomachenko will put on the line this tomorrow night. Crolla, however, is a little bit more experienced in the pro level. He's 34-6. All right, and he has 13 KOs. He's one of England's most popular boxers outside of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I've always said all these UK fighters, they come to fight, right? But sometimes they're outmatched by our American fighters or Mexican fighters. So it's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be a tuna fight for Lomachenko, and we want to see the Mikey Garcias. Do you think we'll see Mikey Garcia anytime soon?
I don't know. After that big loss, I don't know.
Well, he did move up in 2 weight classes.
Yeah.
Do you think that affected him, Kayla?
I don't think he'll be able to drop. He's already gained so much. But I mean, if he has that determination and heart still, I think he could.
And I guess if a fighter has determination, that's all he needs, right?
Yeah.
That motivation, determination, and the right coach in place, that's all he needs. Well, weirder things have happened in boxing, so you never know what can happen in boxing. And Crolla being trained by Freddie Roach, he feels comfortable at the Freddie Roach gym, the Wild Card gym, and I think he will be prepared. But you know what, guys? No matter how much prepared this kid is, Lomachenko is just the best fighter in the world at his weight. He's just the best. I'm eager to see him. It is going to be something to see. I think he's going to put a clinic on Crolla, and it's going to be exciting. So I guess we know who you're going for.
Yeah.
No doubt,
No
right?
doubt.
It's going to be Vasily Lomachenko. Well, also on that undercard, get ready for this. Gilberto Ramirez. Have you heard of this guy?
No.
Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez is going against Tommy Carpenter. This is going to be a 10-rounder in the light heavyweight. He's a big boy. All right, the new team, he has a new team in his corner that will lead Ramirez. It's going to be his first light heavyweight bout. And Ramirez is undefeated, 39-0, 25 KOs because he's so big. And you know what's so interesting about him? He's a 27-year-old southpaw.
Oh, wow.
Are you southpaw?
No, I'm Orthodox.
So do you fight it? Have you fought southpaws? I'm assuming you have.
I have.
Are they hard to fight?
No, I just slip and overhand them a lot.
Man, I like this boxing terminology, man.
Just get out through their foot to the outside of the foot.
So that's a good advice you give the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a southpaw. And they're hard to fight. He has successfully defended his 168-pound world title 5 times. But with it getting more and more difficult to make weight because he's so big, and with there being so many prospects, major fights available to him at 175 like Munguia, he made the decision earlier this year to move up in weight, right? When speaking about cutting weight, Carla, is that something difficult for fighters to do?
I think if you do it right, it's not hard at all.
Okay, what is right?
Eating healthy and just cutting down, like a lot of your portions of what you eat. A lot of fighters, they do it like a week before and like do it the hard way where you just don't eat at all, and it's draining. So
it's draining. So you say let's keep up. You got to keep it up with time to go.
yes. Of
Wow.
course.
Okay. So I mean, it's making it harder. So what Ramirez said, he said, you know what? I'm just gonna move up in weight. There's a kid here, my son Daniel Trevino, big boy. He was fighting at 150. Now he wants to come down to 134. Now he's at 142, 135. He's gonna fight this weekend. He's a top prospect in the sport as well. But he's a growing boy. 16-year-old kid. He's growing. He's gaining muscle, and it's harder to make those weights. So he's probably going to be natural at probably 150 plus. Maybe this weekend will be the last time he fights at 135. We'll see, right? Also in that undercard, we have Mike Alvarado versus Arnold Barbosa. So, folks, tomorrow night on ESPN Plus, stream it. It's going to be a good fight card on a Friday night. What a way to kick off the weekend for fight week. So it'll be on ESPN. Get ready to see Lomachenko. And now on Saturday, it's going to kick us off and get us ready for Saturday. Right, and it's gonna be again, and it's weird that we announced this big card, and it's a headliner, some female fighters. That's pretty cool, right, Kayla?
Yes. Clarissa Shields?
It's awesome, huh? Yeah,
I went
Clarissa
to
Shields.
the training center with her. I
You-
trained with her.
What?
Yes.
You trained with Clarissa Shields, the WBA, WBC, and IBF middleweight world champion,
Yes, for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks, and where was this at?
The Colorado Springs Training Center.
What? That is so awesome. Now you know Clarissa Shields. She's tough.
Yes, she is.
Oh my God, she's tough. She was quoted on press day that she was gonna break the hammer. She was gonna hurt her on Saturday. That's what she said.
I mean, anything could happen, but I'm pretty sure Shields will have it.
She thinks she'll win, right?
I think she'll win.
Yeah. So tell us how you met her and why were you there?
I was there because I won the U.S. Open in December and won my spot on Junior Team USA in 101 pounds.
So you're part of Team USA
Yes.
at 101 pounds.
Yes.
With that said, are you ranked?
I'm ranked number 1 in 3 divisions.
Okay, tell us about those divisions.
95 pounds, 101, and 106. I barely went into 106.
Wow, so you're ranked top 10? What do you rank? 1 in all
Number
those
1.
3 divisions, right? Man, El Pasoan ranked, right? Man, that is awesome. So tell us a little bit more about Clarissa Shields when you were over there.
We trained with her. We went up the Montu incline. It's like 7,000 stairs up the mountain. And she would do sit-ups with us, teach us different techniques and stuff, and it was really cool.
Wow, that is so awesome. This was, I'm assuming, before she went pro, right?
Yes.
Wow, and you saw that she had the stardom to go pro, correct?
Yes.
And yeah, like you said, she did, right? So what tips did she give you? She give you any good
She
tips?
gave all of us tips. I mean, she didn't work with us like individually. She worked with us as a group and a team, and it was just the experience and the knowledge she gave us was great.
So Kayla, how do you get to that point? How does a little girl like you or a fighter get to where you went all the way to Colorado, which is the USA Boxing headquarters?
I just had the heart and persistence. I mean, I love boxing, and ever since I found boxing, I just kept going. And
So you just kept winning,
yeah.
and you go to tournaments.
Yes, all the tournaments.
Is the key to go to tournaments to be looked at, or?
I just couldn't fight here locally in El Paso, and we went out and searched for tournaments, and I just started winning.
Wow, and when you mean you couldn't fight in El Paso, what do you mean you couldn't fight here in El Paso?
Nobody really wanted to fight me here.
There's nobody in your division?
No, there's people here, but they don't want to fight me.
Oh, okay, what do you mean they don't want to fight you?
Like, every time I weigh in, like, they'll pull out.
Really?
Is
Is there opponents here for you?
Like, 1 or 2.
1 or 2?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to get a fight here.
Yeah, a lot.
Is it maybe because of your talent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but don't you think, that's what they're in for. They should just take the fight, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hope they would, but I've only fought in here once, and that was last year.
Okay, wait a minute. How many total amateur fights you got?
36.
And you've only fought here once?
Yes.
Kayla, I don't believe that.
I know.
What, you only fought here one time,
Yeah.
and it's because nobody wanted to fight you.
Yeah. Mostly all of my fights were nationally.
Wow, and how many? You have 36, so it's 35 and 1 in El Paso.
Yeah.
Wow, it's hard to believe, man, that you just got one fight here in El Paso. So we'll get back to all that. So Saturday night, and I know, and Hammer was quoted saying, "I have the skills to beat Clarissa Shields." You've seen this girl, Hammer?
Yes, I have.
She looks pretty tough, huh?
She does. That's what I mean. I think anything can happen. I don't know. I mean, just like what happens with Gabriel, she almost knocked out Clarissa.
Yeah, and she knocked her down.
Yeah, she did. So I mean, anything can happen. I'm gonna see how things go, but for now, I'm not on either side.
Oh man, you're being neutral.
Neutral.
Wow. Well, Hammer is the WBO middleweight world champion. All right. It's going to be at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. Sheila was saying Christina doesn't know what's coming for her. I'm going to break that hammer in half. When we're in there, it's about punches. Who punches harder? This is a real fight. Just because she has height, and if you've seen Hammer, she is a little bit taller, doesn't mean she's going to dictate what happens. She's going to have to do a lot to keep me off of her. She mentioned height. Have you fought a fighter that's taller than you?
Yeah, but if you know how to get in like Mike Tyson and work in and stay aggressive, I think you can.
Yeah, so when you mean get in, I mean, there's obviously a taller fighter has a longer reach.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by getting in? What do you mean by getting in?
Slipping, angles, using your speed, and when you get in there, stay on there, pressure. When you slip, shoot, it's all about just getting in, angles, and
It's just about getting in and angles for the
like
tall
Mike
fighter.
Tyson.
Like Mike Tyson. And, but for a fact, and we all know for the fact that when you compete with somebody that's taller than you, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. You're trying to get in there. So I think Clarissa might get hit.
Yeah.
Right? Because she is a taller fighter. And Clarissa Shields has been touched already, and she's been knocked down. So maybe get a knockdown, and it'll get more interesting. But she has a heart of a lion, huh?
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I mean, both of them, they have heart. So, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, I think she has more hunger than Hammer. I don't know what will happen, but we'll see.
Well, like Shields said, she's going to have to do a lot more. Hammer on the other side said, I'm a longtime champion, and I know what to do in the ring. I know I have the skills to beat her, which she does. I have a great footwork, and my goal is to beat her badly. And she also mentioned, she was real humble in saying to Clarissa, she's accomplished a lot by going back to the Olympics. This is a big step for her, and I think it's going to be challenging for her. As a person, she's just my opponent. That's all. Hammer's trying to keep it just humble. And she's trying to go in there humble, not talking a lot of trash. And Shields just is talking, not trash, but she's talking a lot. Do you think a lot of that trash talking is trying just to get into your opponent's head? Has anybody even trash talked to you?
Mainly just the coaches. They'll
Really?
try to underestimate me and like say stuff and like post me, but I mean, I think humble is key. I like people when they're humble. Like, it shows your drive, and it doesn't mean you have to be mean to win. Even if you try to get in your opponent's head, it's like...
When you talk about humble, it reminds me of one professional fighter. Who can that be? Anybody? It comes to mind that's real humble.
Michaela Myers?
No. For me, it was Miguel Cotto.
Oh, yeah.
Real humble fighter,
He's
man.
really humble.
Real fighter. He was very humble individual. And he's one of my favorite fighters. Go on the live chat real quick, just for you. Annette Cordero said, Kayla, very humble and works hard for gold. Proud of you. They're just so proud of you, man. And you know what? We're proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You've accomplished so much, Kayla. Man, I tell you, man. So, guys, like I said, big fight weekend. Kayla's going to kick it off for us. Shields, Hammer. You're going to go neutral on this, Kayla?
I'm going to go neutral.
Really? You don't know who's going to win, right? It's on Showtime, guys. It's going to be live from the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Another name that rings to mind when I say Boardwalk was my favorite fighter was Arturo Gatti. And he always fought there. So that's going to be on Showtime. It's going to be cool. The main event of the evening, Clarissa Shields versus Hammer. All right, as we kicked it on the other channel, we got another big fight on DAZN. You got DAZN?
No.
DAZN is a live stream. It's going to be, you know who Jaime Munguia is?
No.
Jaime Munguia versus Dennis Hogan on DAZN. Jaime Munguia is the WBO middleweight world champion and mandatory 154-pound contender Dennis, they call him the Hurricane. Dennis Hurricane Hogan, 28-1. This will take place at the arena in Monterrey, Nuevo León. And you can live stream it on DAZN. We've been there in Monterrey. We were there once to see a fight. Munguia said, we're ready. I feel very fast, very strong, and very motivated to defend my championship in Monterrey, Mexico. A lot of home cooking. We're going to have a great fight and give everything to keep the title in Mexico. Folks, Munguia, great fighter, strong fighter. If you've heard of Munguia, he's called out a lot of the big names, but mostly Triple G, right? And, you know, in the press conference leading up to this fight, a lot of reporters were asking him stuff. And you know what? He was getting tired of it. He would shine off from the questions and said, look, the task at hand is Hogan. I don't want to see past him. But then he gave in. Another reporter kept asking him. And when it asked, he said, yes, would you take the Triple G fight? And he said, yes, we would be interested to fight Triple G. And, you know, Triple G signed with DAZN. Munguia's with DAZN, right? Canelo's with DAZN. Mm-hmm. I mean, triple threat there, right? The truth is it would be a good fight for us and other people. I would like to see that fight. Mm-hmm. I still think Triple G would beat him. So with a pleasure, I would accept the fight. But right now, I'm focused on the fight and the task at hand that's coming up. With that, it's a pleasure that I will take this fight against Triple G. But right now, I'm looking at Hogan. A lot of people don't know who Hogan is. So I'm actually thinking it's going to be a tune-up fight for Munguia, right? The plan is for Munguia to fight again in September, right? Perhaps on the undercard of the third go-around between Golovkin and Canelo. Basically, after this one, we want to fight Kell Brook, Jesse Vargas, and those types of guys. Vargas is moving up, but he's got a better name than most of us at 154, right? Let me tell you something, man, guys. Jesse Vargas, Munguia, I don't think so. Really? Kell Brook? You've got to be kidding me, man. Munguia is an awesome fighter, very strong. The other reality for Munguia is that the marquee middleweight are under PBC banner while Munguia is with DAZN. With all the politics in play, and we talked about politics last week, where Munguia may really be tested is at 160. And at 160, we got Canelo Alvarez, Triple G, Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade is another good fighter, are on the side of that street. So, like he said, Munguia said, I do have plans to move to 160, maybe next year or for the next fight or maybe by the end of the year. So that's going to be interesting to see that. So all these big names that I just pointed out, are you a Canelo fan?
Of course. I like Canelo a lot.
So who do you think is going to win, Jacobs or Canelo?
Well, I like Canelo, but like not, you know, I don't know. I'll say neutral.
Why are you staying?
He's natural in that weight, and Canelo is moving up. So you know.
Canelo's moving up. Do you think Canelo can lose?
Yeah, I do think so.
Really? Jacobs is tough. Did you see the Jacobs Triple G fight?
No.
No, you know, Triple G knocked down Jacobs. So that's going to be a big fight coming up. We'll have a big show on it as well. But you want to stay neutral, man. You don't have a favorite fighter, Kayla?
I have Mike Tyson. He's my favorite fighter.
You're a Mike Tyson fan?
Yeah.
Why did you like Mike Tyson so much?
He's aggressive. His heart, his persistence. He's just a monster.
He's a monster, right?
Yeah.
We don't see heavyweights like that no more, right?
No.
Well, I mean, we talked about Munguia, and to end up the Saturday night, well, who's Hogan? Well, WBO #1 contender at middleweight. He's 28-1. He's had an excellent preparation for training. He also trains with Freddie Roach at the Wildcard Gym, and he is confident that he will defeat Jaime Munguia to become WBO champion on April 13. Right? So we'll see how that goes, right? Mm-hmm. So we have a big card this weekend, folks. I did want to mention something in the correction that I made a mistake on, that Crolla, right? Anthony Crolla does not train with Freddie Roach. It was Hogan that's training with Freddie Roach. And Hogan is going to be going up against Munguia this weekend. So we have a big fight weekend, folks. And again, we'd like to thank Kayla for kicking off our fight weekend with us and staying with us. Friday, Lomachenko, ending it off Saturday with Clarissa Shields and Munguia. And then from there on, it's just a lot of fights, man. Do you watch a lot of pro fights on TV? Are you a big boxing fan?
I'm a big boxing fan, but I usually watch them on Instagram. They're too much.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about pay-per-view. So, you know, folks, the question is pay-per-view TV killing boxing? right? Chat if you have to, guys. I believe that it is. What do you think?
I think it is. It's like too much. I mean, people live stream it and all of that. I mean, it's just easier to just watch it live. I watch most of the fights live on Instagram.
Yeah, you're not gonna pay $90, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but we're big fans. We want to attract. I mean, I know in the past, Kayla, we've talked about that boxing is taking a back seat. Hey, it's kind of been slow. I mean, what happens to boxing? Well, there it is, man. I mean, they're too expensive, right?
Yeah.
The big fight that's coming up that's not going to be expensive is the Canelo Jacobs fight. It's only $10 if you live stream it a month.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on DAZN. You get on DAZN. It's an app you can get on your phone. And you're guaranteed 81 title fights. 81 fights. All right, they also have UFC there or Bellator. I don't know which one it is. They have MMA there. They also have MLB, but they have fights there. Mm-hmm. And the good thing about DAZN is that you pay the service, right? Mm-hmm. And you watch all the undercards. It's amazing. Say there's 10. It's a 10-card fight. You watch all of them, from the four rounders all the way to the main event. So you click on the remote. You're there at 6 p.m. at your house. Hey, man, guess what? You're going to be glued to that TV till main event. It's not like pay-per-view that they only just 4 fights.
Yeah.
Right? I know other networks are battling. Showtime is still on pay-per-view, and I love the announcers. But DAZN is they're saying it's going to kill pay-per-view.
It probably will. Pay-per-view is too expensive.
It's too expensive. And guess what? DAZN, like I mentioned, has Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have Tyson Fury, but it has Anthony Joshua. It has Canelo Alvarez. It has Munguia, right? And Triple G now. So those guys are going to fight on DAZN. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if you live stream it, it's going to be awesome. So watch it this Saturday to end your weekend there on Saturday, watching Munguia after the Clarissa Shield fights, which is on regular Showtime. It's not pay-per-view. And then the undercards tomorrow are going to be great. And then we'll kick it off with Lomachenko. So fight fans, fight freaks, big fight weekend coming up this weekend. Enjoy it. Get together and watch some good fights. Well, I want to make an announcement before we get really, really personal with Kayla. Web Boxing is going racing this year. That's right. Web Boxing goes racing in 2019 with race car driver number 21, Brandon Shure. Right? Driver of the Shure Racing number 21 Texas Sprint Start, sponsored by Western Technical College and Warriors Edge Boxing. Races in the Power and Sprint Car League and the American Sprint Car Series. Racing starts in May through November. Racing is at Vado Speedway Park in Vado, New Mexico. Folks, if you've never seen the World of Outlaws, it's awesome. We have a little piece of the pie there for the race cars, for that race car that we're going to be sponsoring this year for this race season. We're honored to have our logo on the side of that awesome muscle machine and that race car driver, Brandon. Mi saludos. We tip our hats to Brandon. Brandon, go get that trophy. We're behind you. Warriors Edge Boxing is behind the number 21 car, the sprint car. You know what sprint cars are, Carla?
Yes.
You like sprint cars?
Yes.
The one with the wings?
Yes.
Right? So we're sponsoring the car this season. And throughout my podcast, we're gonna give you updates of the cars, when they're racing, what they're doing.
Oh, that's nice.
How's it going and all that. So Brandon, my shout out to you. Warriors Edge goes racing this year. That's what I'm talking about. We're everywhere, Carla, even in the podcast business. All right, so folks, my hat goes off to them as well. So let me just say something, and I'm going to say, here we go. 2014 El Paso Golden Glove champion. 2014 El Paso Golden Gloves best fight of the tournament. 2014 Ringside World Tournament silver medalist. El Paso Boxing Martial Arts Hall of Fame Female Boxer of the Year. Texas State Junior Olympic Champion. National Junior Olympic Champion. Ringside World Tournament Champion. Received proclamation from El Paso Mayor Oscar Leeser, making July as 2015 Kayla Gomez Day. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Keep on trucking. Here we go. Texas State Junior Olympic Champion 2016. 2016 National Junior Olympic Champion. 2017 Ringside World Tournament Champion. 2017 Eastern Olympic Qualifier champion, 2017 USA National champion, winning her way on Team USA at 95 pounds. 2018, here's the 2018, wow, Western Qualifier champion, Texas State Junior Olympic champion, National Junior Olympic champion at 101 pounds, National Golden Glove silver medalist, Eastern Qualifier champion, Jean Lewis champion, U.S. National champion, defending her spot on Team USA, Under Armour and USA Boxing Best Female Boxer of the Year, Junior 10-time national champion, 2 World Championship bouts, 8 belts in total, and represents Team USA. They both have been back-to-back regional Golden Glove champions from 2015 to 2019. Proud of their city and the accomplishments they have achieved in the name of El Paso. In order to continue this winning tradition, they need your help to get to those nationals. Guys, we are delighted, and it's an honor. Man, what an introduction to have none other than Kayla Gomez. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this awesome fighter. Man, I am honored to have you here. Me and my wife, the producer here, Warriors Edge Boxing, everybody here is awesome. And we're honored to have you, Kayla. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. Man, that is a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I'm 15.
You're 15 and you've accomplished all that.
Yeah, it was hard work.
I bet it was
hard.
You know, one thing that stood out for me when I was announcing is that Oscar Leeser, it's July what? 15 is Carla Gomez Day?
Kayla Gomez.
Kayla Gomez Day. That is awesome.
Thank you.
What do you just take the day off? You don't go to school? So they give you the day off. So is it like a national holiday so we all take the day off?
Yeah, let's all take the day off.
So I'm going to tell everybody at work, just take the day off, babe. Tell everybody at work to take the day off because it's your day. It's coming up in July, right? Let's go to the live chat real quick. Amanda Prieto says she has worked so hard for what she has accomplished. Such an amazing fighter. You want to say hello to Amanda? Amanda
thank
Prieto?
you, Amanda.
Who's Amanda?
She's my friend.
She's your friend?
Yeah.
Man, you have a lot of friends at school. People don't want to mess with you at school, huh?
No. Just the guys play around, but...
Yeah. So, Kayla, tell us, what school do you go to?
I used to go to Bel-Air High School, and then I moved to K-12 program because of all the absences. I have to go out and defend my titles, you know.
Oh, so you mentioned absences. Mm-hmm. So what's going on with that?
Boxing.
I know it's boxing.
Going to tournaments.
I know it's going to tournaments.
Yeah.
But how do you... I mean, is it excused? What happens? The school works with you, or
they would work with me if I make up those hours, but it's just too much. I go to the training camp, and then I'm having a tournament in Poland soon, in September 5th.
In Poland?
In Poland for the Junior World Cup, for the Olympics.
And let me tell you, who's funding that?
We have to just.
So what happens to USA Boxing? They don't fund the juniors?
No.
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
So what age do you have to get funded like that?
Elite.
And what age is that?
18 through, through 40.
Okay, so you're going to Poland.
Yes.
When are you going?
September 5th.
September 5th. We're going to go ahead and try to get people to know where you're going, how much we got to raise for you to get you out there in Poland. Yeah, folks, I mean, you're hearing it from me. And from now on in the podcast, just live chat us, okay? And just, again, you don't have to remind us, but, folks, we need to get her to Poland to represent El Paso. So we're going to work hard for you, too, to get the word out, okay?
Thank you.
And
it
get those sponsors out there. I mean, you're not going to a city here next door. You're not going to Dallas. You're going to Poland.
Yes. Big
thing. And this tournament is called what?
The Junior World Cup. The
Junior World Cup. Wow. And how many people from El Paso are going?
Nobody.
Just you?
Yes.
What about from the United States?
There in each bracket there's a girl, like 101, 106, 110, 114, 119, 125, 132.
Wow.
Through 140. Yeah, a lot of divisions.
Well, have you ever traveled overseas?
No.
No, not to box?
No.
It's going to be an experience. Probably going to be like a 12-hour flight.
Yeah.
Wow. But and again, we want to support you and wow. DJ Vasquez said, congratulations. El Paso is behind you.
Thank
you. DJ Vasquez is one of my coaches. I love DJ. Mm-hmm. He's a good coach of mine here, but he's a good friend. Mm-hmm. Hello, DJ. The only bad thing about DJ, I'm going to tell you you want to tell you something about him? He likes Amir Khan.
Amir Khan? I mean, he's good. It's just he has a glass jaw.
You hear that, DJ? He has a glass jaw. And the CEO is listening to all this, DJ. A glass jaw. Yeah, Amir Khan was crazy to go up against Canelo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Everything I like about the guy, but he likes Amir Khan. Well, okay. Okay, so you're going to Poland. Mm-hmm. That is awesome. So school has been a factor here as well, but you're doing good in your grades?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Do you have any aspirations to go to college?
Of course.
Yeah? Tell me what you want to do.
Go to college. Of course, going to go to college, get a good career. Because if boxing doesn't work out, then I always have my education behind me.
Great. And besides boxing, and he just put the King Kong. He just put King Kong. Besides, and you see it right now. The male fighters. There's more. You see them more get up on the ranks and make a living, right? Mm-hmm. For the females, it's not as prominent, right? You don't see so many females. The only one we've seen is Clarissa Shields. Mm-hmm. You want to change that, huh?
Yeah, I want to make a statement for women's boxing. There's not really financially. I feel like guys get a lot more than what women do.
Do you think it's because people want to see guys fight and not women?
No, I think it's becoming more known for women's boxing, and I hope that they change that. Clarissa Shields, Michaela Myers, all these upcoming Olympians and women out there.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. I was a true believer when I saw Shields fight. Man, these girls go all out. There's another fighter that is out there, Katie Taylor.
Oh, Katie Taylor.
She's tough.
She's a beast.
Oh my God! And if you see her fight, it's very exciting. Very exciting to see this female to fight. So, yeah, and I understand you got to look beyond, right? What if boxing doesn't work out? I think for you, Kayla, it's going to work out.
Thank you.
And you know why? Because even if you don't, say you grow out of it, you're an adult already, you go out, you still have the knowledge that your coach gave you. Mm-hmm. And you can always open a gym, a facility, Kayla Gomez, bare knuckles gym, or whatever you want to call it, with all your accolades, all your resume. Mm-hmm. You'll have a lot of clients, and you can train kids, and that's how you're also going to give back to your community. Speaking of giving back to your communities, do you know the sweetheart of El Paso, Jennifer Hunt?
Yes.
Have you worked with her?
No. My sparring partner has.
So, did Jennifer Hunt go along the same ropes that you did?
Yeah. I heard that she was going to go to the Olympics, but... Okay.
And she's another one that's been putting El Paso on the map, right?
Yes.
And that's good. Women's boxing, right? Mm-hmm. Let me go to the live chats, please. Mm-hmm. Here is Eddie Salazar said, wow, what a 15-year-old represents El Paso. Kayla, you'll do great.
Thank you.
DJ Vasquez said King Kong, man. Carlo Alvarez, good friend of mine there, says, thanks for putting El Paso name out there. Go Kayla.
It means a lot to everybody out there. Thank you.
And you know what? El Paso in Poland, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Great job, man. Hey, man, that is awesome. So you want to go to college. What do you want to? What else do you want to do besides boxing? What career do you want to follow?
I wanted to be a veterinarian, but I'm looking into helping people like in a gym and nutritionist.
So you want to be like a sports trainer?
Yes.
Kinesiology, maybe sports medicine. In that field?
No, like helping people like work out.
Like a personal trainer?
Yeah, personal trainer.
Okay, is that what you want to major in?
Yes.
Cool, man. All right. Anything else? Any minors that you might have?
Maybe, I don't know, not really. I love to work out. That's what I do.
Okay, good. I mean, you know what? As long as you have other avenues, you want to go to school, and I think that's the best advice you can give anybody. Stay in school, go to school, because you never know, right?
Yes.
So good, man. What part of town did you grow up in, Kayla?
Lower Valley.
Where at?
Like next to community college.
Valle Verde?
Yes.
Right there by Hunter?
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm from Roswell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Winslow, Roswell, Cuba. What's the street you grew up in?
Puerto Rico Street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, by Hunter. So, did you go to Del Norte?
No, I went
Ranch
to Hacienda.
Oh, Hacienda. Yeah, I remember Hacienda. I remember growing up around that area, Kiko's Market or Barron Supermarket.
Yeah.
Man, we still go buy our stuff there, man. That's old school stuff. That's like drinking water from La Manguera.
Yeah.
Growing up, those were the times, man. I tell you, man. So you grew up there. That's awesome. Hacienda. So let me ask you, what are your interests besides boxing? What do you like to do besides boxing? Any hobbies? Anything that you like to do?
I like to skate, and like I mentioned, I love to weightlift and like work out. That's mostly, I love to work out every day.
You skate like ice skating?
No, like skateboarding.
Oh,
and,
skateboarding.
and hiking. Yeah.
Oh, where do you hike?
McKelligan Canyon.
That's right. I see you at McKellican Canyon. Yeah. That's a hard climb, huh?
Trans Mountain was harder.
Really?
It took like 8 hours to get to the very top.
You know, I did Trans Mountain at the Trans Mountain Challenge. That was a 14-mile.
Mm-hmm.
You know, halfway up the mountain, I started seeing dead people. I was that tired.
Yeah, we
But I
got
finished
gummy
it.
bears
Yeah.
for like sugar and stuff like that. So it kept me going.
You know, I finished that half marathon in 4 hours and 30 minutes. You know,
Oh, wow.
halfway up the mountain, man, I was saying, you know what, if a mountain lion comes out, he's just going to eat me because I have no energy to fight him off. But I've done Trans Mountain. I do believe that McKellican Canyon is harder for my legs because it's so steep. But, man, is that the key to be is cardio the key?
It's a main factor in boxing. Sprints, explosion. Sprints helps with explosion and your your combinations. Running a lot helps with how long you can go in the rounds. And there's a lot of main factors.
So
in
that
boxing.
helps you a lot, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming when you went to Colorado, they actually showed you a training regimen, right?
Yes.
What, and was running one of them?
Yes.
Because, you know, you see a lot of fighters with the elevation mask, jump rope. Some fighters don't even spar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think is good? I mean, or it just depends on the fighter?
I mean, for me, I don't like to train on the treadmills. It's a lot different. I like to train outside, run outside, and, you know, I just just like it.
All right. So you like to skate. Do you like to go to the movies? No? Do you like to go to the movies?
Yeah, I love to go to the movies.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie?
300. It's old,
Man,
but
I tell you, this girl, 300. Why do you like, you know, me being in law enforcement, we like that movie.
yeah.
Everybody does, you know. Why do you like 300?
His determination, his
Wow.
heart. He's like a beast.
Man, you are something else. I thought you were going to say something like a chick flick or a love story.
No.
300. That's awesome, man. That determination, right? You know the story behind that? Right?
Yeah, kind of.
Why 300?
Because I love it's
No.
like me fighting.
Yeah, but why 300? Why do you think it was 300 what?
300 men
Yeah, fighting.
against like a lot of men, more than 300.
Right? But there was the determination that, hey, you know what? We're gonna fight. We're gonna die trying, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna surrender. We don't give up. We keep moving forward. It's the warrior mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my logo at the gym is?
Oh, of course.
Thank you. And that's why we do it. That warrior helmet.
Mm-hmm.
You know that back in those Greek mythology years of the arena, guess what? We were fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And life's a fight, right?
Yes.
That's what we tell each other before we fight.
And you know what? With us today also is her mother. And what were you saying?
That's what we tell each other before we fight.
What do you tell her?
That part where he says,
Come back on your shield or on it.
Come back on your shield or on it?
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's a good saying. Come back on your shield or on it. So, and that's why we also even took the Warrior's Edge helmet, because it represents warrior, the mentality of warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is awesome. So you like to go to the movies? Anything else?
I like to do everything. Technically, try everything, skate.
What a normal little girl would do, right?
Yeah.
You have a boyfriend, talk with the boys, right? Get
Yeah.
on Instagram, go to school. Do you like to eat hot Cheetos?
Of course, I love hot Cheetos so much.
Which kid doesn't like hot Cheetos? Is that her favorite food, Mom? Yeah, hot Cheetos. What does Coach Prieto like? I want you to eat hot Cheetos.
No, and
Do
I
you
hope
tell
he's not
him?
hearing this.
Oh, he just heard you. Oh man, you're in trouble now with the coach, man.
I know.
Man, does Coach Prieto know that I had brought you hot Cheetos here? You're eating hot.
You
No,
did?
no, just kidding.
I
You
was
should have told me. Man, just kidding, Coach Prieto. She's not eating hot Cheetos here. All right, so You mentioned about school and your grades, and you had to leave high school. Then you go to another school, right? That will allow you to continue. So how do you balance school with boxing?
It's much easier now that I'm homeschooled. I do my classes in the morning or at night, and I balance it. I do all my 3 workout sessions in the middle of the day.
So do you think those are the sacrifices it takes that every professional fighter must go through to those extremes?
Yes.
Really? Or it depends on the fighter's lifestyle?
I mean, every fighter is different, but boxing takes everything.
Yes.
Everything.
I know, there was a friend of mine that told me boxing is a very jealous sport.
Very jealous.
And you cannot do other than but box, right?
Yeah.
So you're taking these sacrifices. Obviously, every little girl, every teenager wants to be in high school, play around with their friends, do high school sports, which I'm assuming you don't do. But it's that determination that you have that separates yourself from anybody. And that's why in this world, it's far-fetched fighters, especially females that are fighters, that go the distance. And that's what makes you the unique person you are, because you are unique.
Thank you.
I mean, you are. I mean, just by talking to you and saying that, you know what, I'm going to sacrifice I'm pretty sure you sacrificed a lot of friends.
Yes.
And time to go out because you're training, or time to go with your friends and to the movies. But, a birthday party, eat whatever you want. You can't. You got to dedicate. And as you get older, it's pretty much harder to cut weight.
And it's hard. But, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Well, I love what I do.
And you know what? There it is. It's the passion that you have for the sport that makes you unique. That's just unique. A lot of people don't have that. And coaches in the gyms right now, they try to instill that in their fighters. And, you just can't go to the corner store and buy passion pills or buy pride pills or warrior pills. It's something that comes within you, that fire that you have inside your heart to become a fighter like yourself. Let's go to the live chat. DJ Vasquez said, Kayla can be a future partner with me if she becomes a veterinarian. Another Ballard success story. He's from Ballard. I'm from Ballard.
Cool.
Miklo Arnold said, they don't call Kayla the truth for nothing. She prepares like a champ and has the mentality of one. Proud of everything she's done. Amen. That was Miklo Arnold. Is he a fighter too?
Yes, he's a 4-time national champion.
Really? I think we got to get him on the show too. Where does he train at?
He trains in Oregon.
Wow, man!
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pay for that, but we'll see. We'll see. So there is Mikla's hearing it all the way from Oregon.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Oregon. So you talked about balancing and the sacrifices. Tell us about your amateur boxing life. Wins, losses, travels, and tournaments. And I know you have, but you can also tell us more.
I have 32 wins, 4 losses. I've been to every national tournament there is, and I've won all of them. Ringside World Tournament twice. Eastern Qualifier, U.S. National Olympic Qualifier, Junior Olympics 4 times, Gene Lewis Northwest Invitational barely, Junior Golden Gloves, and other smokers around the world.
Other smokers around? What's a smoker?
Like a local event held somewhere.
Okay. We just wanted to make sure what a smoker was. So people don't know what smokers are.
So it's been a great experience throughout these 6 years.
Yeah, great. And how many wins do you have?
32.
32. And we talked about travels. You're going to Poland in
September 5th.
In September 5th, right. All right. What has been, I'm assuming you fought a lot of fights. What has been one of your toughest fights? Do you remember? Do you have any?
Guys are much harder to spar with, but there's a lot of talent out there, and I appreciate the women that come out and fight with me. They have heart and, much love to them.
Do you know Ivy Enriquez?
Yes, of course. I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's lower weight class than you, right? And she's, how old are you again?
15.
And she's what, 13, I think?
13.
No? 13. Have you sparred with her? No, right?
No.
Because you're a little bit heavier, right? She's awesome too, man. She's accomplished so much. We had her on the show.
Oh, really?
I think she was on my 4th podcast. Nightmare Boxing. Yeah, they're cool people, man. My shout out to them as well. Do you have a fight? Do you remember a fight that was real tough? An actual competition out of El Paso?
I guess when I fought with Esmeralda Gonzalez,
Where's she from?
Dallas, Texas.
And why was that so memorable?
I mean, she was a tough fighter. She was a brawler and a pressurous fighter, but it just came down to who was more pressurous and aggressive, and
You're gonna be the aggressor, right? That's so
Yeah.
cool, man. Do you have a mentor? Do you look up to somebody?
I look up to my mom,
And who's your mom? Can you tell us about your mom?
Crystal Aceves.
Okay. So tell us, before you tell me why your mom, can you tell me who Crystal Aceves is?
She goes to every national tournament. She's knocked down her opponent.
So stop right there. So she's a fighter too.
She's a fighter too.
Hear that, folks? Tell me about the fighter.
She's her persistenceness, her determination and heart. She's amazing. You have to see her.
How old is your mom?
She's 32.
And she still fights?
Of course.
That's awesome, Mom, that you still fight. So then you look up to your mom.
Yes.
Okay, why? What has
She's
inspired
amazing.
you?
She's like a powerhouse. Everyone that she spars with, mainly guys, tell her that she's amazing. Like, she hits like a dude.
So she has a vicious jab.
Overhand.
Overhand jab.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else that you look up to?
No. Not really.
Okay, Kayla, you're obviously a successful amateur boxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has the city of El Paso supported you and your team as far as exposure and such?
No.
I mean, you mentioned Oscar Leeser,
Mm-hmm.
right? Can we tie it into that, or has El Paso even supported you? I mean, has it?
As a community, no.
Okay.
The only thing that has really put me out there was the mayor.
Mayor?
Yeah.
He's gonna run for office. You know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And the guy
So-
from the newspaper, what's his name?
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
he retired too.
Yeah.
Him.
What's his name?
Oh, I just had him right here.
Bill Knight?
Bill Knight.
Yes.
Yeah, and he does a lot of columns for. He doesn't do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he did a lot of exposure. Did the local boxing commission, Golden Gloves? Did anybody supported you like that?
No.
No. El Paso businesses?
Not really.
No. I mean El Paso sports. You said you were in the Hall of Fame. Is this the El Paso Hall of Fame with
Yes.
Thomas McKay?
Yes.
Did they support you?
They gave me a award, but nothing really.
Okay. What about the media? You know what? And to be honest with you, man, it's I don't see you.
Yeah.
I mean, with all those accolades, do you agree, Ben? That we don't see you on the news as much as you should be. I mean, all
Yeah.
those. I mean, Jesus, man, you have so
When we
many.
leave here,
What's that?
like when we leave El Paso and we go to national tournaments, she's famous out there. Here is where they really don't know who she is.
Wow. I mean, so why do you think that you can get closer to the mic there? So we're gonna have the mom step in. So why do you? Okay, just tell me what you just said. Say it again.
When she leaves outside of El Paso and we go to the national tournaments, she's famous there. When here in El Paso, no, she's people barely know who she is.
And why do you think that happens?
I don't know. I mean, there's really no exposure to her. Bill Knight has been great about the newspaper, but as far as media or anything like that, no, she really hasn't got anything. And we've reached out to the media and hey, you got a national champion here, blah, 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 but they don't take the story or...
Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know. I want to know too.
I mean, is El Paso media kind of lame? I mean, is it? It's pretty sad that sometimes we see the media and we're talking about other cities and sports. I don't care about the Masters. Sorry, golf fans. I don't care. I care about our local athletes, about UTEP, about in MSU, about our football teams, our boxers, our MMA gyms, our business owners that own contact gyms. We have Cristobal Chavez. Concrete Jungle is also a good friend of ours here at the podcast. All those, we want to hear about those kids. And we don't want to hear about a kid in Tennessee. I'm sorry. I want to hear about our kids Reno, Nevada was 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I didn't hear it in the news.
Yeah.
You're right. We have the Victor Arandas, the Jorge Tovars,
And
Andy Perez. We have those.
Moises Rodriguez.
Moises Rodriguez. We have those fighters, and we don't hear them in the news.
Yeah.
You know,
3 national champions. Three.
Three.
Back and
who are the 3 national champions?
Kayla, Victor, and
Victor
Moises.
Aranda and Moises were the 3, and we didn't hear nothing about them, right?
And then we had a bunch of second places too.
Yeah, Andres Perez.
Yeah, and
Jesus?
I don't know. There was a couple of them.
Jesus?
Armendariz?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, no, not Joey, right?
Yes, but he was, I think, third.
But you know what? Nevertheless, guys,
Yeah.
they go out there, man. They compete. But then here we are in the news hearing about another team from California, or they don't report. It's dumb. Or you know, and you know what, guys? I mean, that's why we got the podcast. We want to bring you guys up to par.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the people who you are, and when Victor Aranda or even Jorge Tovar, we brought the news here at the gym. I want to be closer to the media to bring to par with you. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's pretty sad that nothing has been recorded, even said in the news. This is probably the most exposure Reno, Nevada, El Paso kids have gotten. This podcast, and it's barely growing. Yeah. It's not even out there.
Well, when she was 11, she was the first 65-pounder in the Bantam division to win a gold medal. That's the first year that they allowed Bantams and the Pee-wees to participate at the Junior Olympics. We were like for sure that the media would be there. Like at the airport when we got there was like nobody there, and I was like, I thought this would be like
wow,
big news.
So did you tell the media that you were going to do that?
Yeah, my mom had left them a message because they said the person or whatever from the sports thing wasn't answering, and she was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be there when we get to the airport, and there was nothing, not even a callback.
Not even a callback.
No.
They were probably too busy reporting something, I guess. I don't know, or I don't know. I don't want to even, don't get me started. Yeah. But wow, that was pretty discouraging, huh?
I mean, I really don't care about the exposure as long as I've been working really hard, okay, and I'm doing my job and I'm succeeding. That's all I really care about. Wow.
So have you reached out to any sponsors?
We've been trying, but it's really hard.
I think it's hard, guys, if you're not a pro fighter.
Yeah.
And even at the pro level, it's hard. You know, we've had Tony Escalante here too, and it's been hard for him too to get those sponsors if you're not winning or you're not producing money. And I guess El Paso is a town that it's not what you know. It's who you. It's not what you know or your hard work. It's who you know. Mm-hmm. You know, if you know somebody in those areas, then you're gonna be known. You know. We explode and we recognize these talented baseball players at the AAA level, but we don't expose kids like you that really are El Pasoans, that you are Hacienda Heights, that you are the heart of Lower Valley. But we're exploding players on Sports Talk and the news that come from other cities that are here on a paid bill to play baseball for El Paso, right? But what about you? You're the one that is El Paso. You're the heart and soul of El Paso.
Thank you.
Not everybody that is in your talent. All those kids that went to Reno, Nevada. All my kids that train out of here, right? The coaches. Like you said, we don't want the red carpet, but give us some exposure, man. Yeah. I hope, Kayla, that when you come back from Poland, we'll have people there. You can count on Warriors Edge Boxing to be there. We will be there, man.
I appreciate
all right, we'll be there. We'll just be there. All right, we'll be there just to wish you congratulations. You let us know when you leave. We'll try to be there as well. But yeah, it's pretty sad that your mom says that, but it is what it is. I mean, I know our local boxing commission tries to put fights, but even they have their hands tied because it's hard. There's not that many fights here. But if you have a problem with getting sponsors and promoting and that push, they have a worse time. Money talks. Clash of the Titans, money talks. We can do what we do because of the money that we get. You know, but a fighter like you or us, a regular fighter, there's no way, man. You know, like I said, we're going to take a break this year from Clash of the Titans because of all that. So we're going to regroup and come back next year. But it was an honor. We did announce Kayla at the Clash of the Titans. That was awesome. Amanda Prieto said I can make signs. Right? Sergio Colazo said, my Oscar, he's such a good boy. I guess he's talking about Oscar Leeser. He's going to become a good mayor, right? So I guess the exposure's not there. It should be with all your accolades. If you can change one thing about our boxing program here in El Paso, what would it be?
Really trying to help the fighters in general, get them out there, and helping with like funds and stuff. That's the main issue. It's hard to get out there when we don't have any, financially. Anything financially.
And you mentioned that. Tell us about your gym. Tell us. Here, let me tell you something, guys. It's not. Kids now are not what it used to be. I remember walking to school in the elements, cold, hot. My mom didn't have a car to take me to school. Kids now want all the nice air conditioned, nice phones. I mean, by God, you can just press a button and you have your groceries delivered. You train in the outdoors, cold or hot. You're training outdoors. Tell us about that.
We have a training. We have like a gym. Let's call it, it's outside. We have a little boxing ring and everything, but we train outside all the time. And yes, it is hard, the weather conditions and everything, but
okay. But I'm assuming that when it's too bad, Mr. Pito says, okay, let's go inside. We're gonna watch video. We're gonna go inside, and it's too cold and too windy.
No, he's mean.
You train in inclement weather.
Yes.
Horrible weather. Cold.
Yes.
Cold weather, and you're out there training.
Of course.
Does that make you a tougher fighter?
Yes.
More humble fighter. I guess you appreciate when you come and go inside gyms that have a roof.
I just need to stay sharp every day.
Wow, and you just train outside, right?
Yes.
Wow, man, and it's that's one thing that stood out. That you're training outdoors, inclement weather, and Kayla, it's not about the gym, huh? It's about who you have in your corner.
Yes.
Loyalty. Loyalty is everything.
Of course it is.
Of course, loyalty also surpasses differences. No matter if we have differences, it's loyalty. Because everybody is human and we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But if you remain loyal to something, you can, at the end, you can get it, right? And the more you sweat and train, the less you bleed in battle, right?
Yes.
So it's loyalty. So continue to be loyal to your coaches. It's great that your coach is loyal to you, and he's a good guy, man. Mr. Petro's a good guy, and he's meant well, and he's got you where you want to be, and my best to you.
Thank you.
What's the future of Kayla? What tournaments do you have? Big-coming events? I know you mentioned the Poland one. Anything else?
Junior Olympics.
Where's the Junior Olympics at?
Wisconsin.
Madison,
Wisconsin.
That's going to be in Madison. Yeah, we got some kids going from the Warriors Edge Boxing. What else?
Eastern qualifier.
And that's going to be at?
Columbus, Ohio.
And do you plan to go these two tournaments?
Of course.
We go year-round to all of them.
Yeah, so how do you do it money-wise?
We fundraisers.
When you talk about fundraisers, what's a fundraiser?
We raffle stuff. We have.
You don't make gordita plates? Oh, no. We're out of it then.
No, we have bake sales. I mean, whatever we can do. Like people sometimes will donate, like whatever, and then we'll raffle it. We have on Facebook.
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
like a GoFundMe, and that's where mostly all our money comes from.
From the GoFundMe. So you have a lot of supporters then.
Yeah, but we have to make everything like
count.
Yeah, because we go at all these tournaments. We don't fly. We drive. We stay like at Airbnb so that we can buy our own food because we can't just afford to go out.
So you're driving to Ohio?
Yeah, we've driven.
You're driven to Milwaukee. I mean, to Wisconsin.
We've driven to Oregon. We've driven like more than 30 hours to get to tournaments.
So do you rent a car and just go?
Nope, we go in our car.
So it's just both of you?
And my mom.
And your mom. Mm-hmm. Coaches sometimes goes with you?
No.
No, he just trains you here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, man. So, you've traveled all over and you drive, right? maybe you can get a sponsor, man. Southwest will maybe sponsor you.
Hopefully.
And get you to fly out there. And you know what? And again, here it is again. You get up on that ring. You're tired of traveling. It just makes it more sweet when you win. But just imagine getting on a plane. You're a little bit more rested, right?
Yes.
Maybe. But let's not change things, right? If it happens, it happens. If it's not, you continue to do what you do, right? Kayla, any last things you want to tell us on this podcast and tell everybody that's listening? Anything that you want to add or invite us, tell us? It's the mic's yours.
Thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate every one of you and all your support. Thank you guys.
Mom?
The same as her. I mean, thank everybody who's out there helping us with our GoFundMe. And, I mean, because every dollar counts. And, I mean, you guys really have helped us to get to all these tournaments. So we really thank you.
Well, and you know what, guys, and you know that, Warriors Edge proudly supports every gym in El Paso. We don't look at them as competition. Our competitors. There's no such thing as that. Because in this world, it's enough for everybody. Because we're not selfish. It's for everybody. And we wish you the best, Kayla. Mom, we wish you the best as well. Your coaches, everybody.
One more thing.
Yes.
When we went to nationals, the nicest thing was that, when we were out there, everybody was together. Everybody from El Paso was cheering for El Paso. So whoever went, one ring, we're okay, they're on ring 2 and the other one's on ring 5. So everybody was running back and forth cheering for each other.
Because we're out of town, right? That was cool.
Yeah, everybody from El Paso. There was no. I mean, everybody, all the fighters and their parents. We were all in whoever's corner who was fighting. Cool,
because you're representing El Paso so far, right? Right. That is awesome, man. So you wanted to say that and touch up on that, because you're so far away, man. And you know what? And at the end of the day, El Paso is our gem in the desert, right?
Yep.
It's our shining star here in the desert that there is no place like home, right? And you know what, folks? As we come to our conclusion of our show, just before I even conclude with my last speech, we just want to say that this Saturday at the El Paso County Sheriff's Office Region 8 Training Academy, the Sheriff's Office tournament hosted and being brought to you by the local boxing commission, USA Boxing. They're going to put on a show. I think we have 18 fights right now already scheduled. Of course, subject to change. First bout starts at 2 o'clock. It's going to be this Saturday at the El Paso County Region 8 Training Academy. This Saturday, the weigh-ins will be at 8 a.m., 12501 Montana, Region 8 Training Academy. So as we leave you, just remember, man, everybody's unique within themselves. What we got off of this conversation is that at the end of the day, no matter what our differences are, no matter if we wear a different color uniform, we represent a shield, we represent a warrior's helmet, we represent a wolf, an animal, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, we're unique, but we're all brother and sisters in this sport that we love that's called boxing. And we should back each other up all the time, because that's what we got into the sport for. We're unique as a person. And like I said, at the end of the day, we're all one strong boxing community in El Paso. And whatever you do, folks, put God first. This has been my show. Kayla, let us know when you leave so we can support you and send you on your way to that tournament, and continue to train hard. Continue hard, Warriors Edge hard, Chuco boxing hard. Continue, and you'll always have a place here at Warriors Edge. So, folks, like I said, guys, it's been awesome. We took a lot from this conversation. It's probably one of our best podcasts because of you. I mean, all your accolades. El Paso, support her. We're going to try our best to support you. Like I said, in this business that I have, it's not about competitors. It's about everybody being together and knowing our differences and being able to work with each other because we're different. Just work along, man. We're going to get along at the end of the day. So you're going to be doing good, Kayla. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless your team. God bless your mom. You'll always have a home here at Warriors Edge Boxing whenever you guys want to train. Tell your coach, hey, man, if it's a hurricane out there and you got to train, you'll always have a gym here. You can come train. Other kids come train here. Don't worry about nothing. Come in here and train with us. Guys, this has been our show for today. Enjoy your fight weekend. Thank you for live chatting with us. Thank you for staying up tonight. We will see you next Thursday for another edition of Web Boxing Podcast 101. I've been your host, like always, Luis Trevino. Have a great evening, folks, and put God first. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.